Welcome back to Culture Central Sports. We're excited to have you join us for our recap of Super Bowl 58, where the Chiefs defeated the 49ers to go back-to-back. Ish, you went to the Super Bowl, so I have to start with you. What did you think about the Super Bowl? How was your experience, and what was your reaction to the whole thing?
Man, oh man. I wish Avery was on the set right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Because he said the 49ers were going to win, and I said Chiefs were going to win. And I said Mahomes was like that, and he proved that he was like that. But no, on a serious note, I went to the Super Bowl. It was really great. Definitely a 10 out of 10 experience. No, I would say 11 out of 10 experience. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of celebrities as far as Mahomes. I saw him in person after the game, did post-game interviews with him. I met Michael Penix Jr., Shannon Sharp twice.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill, spoke to C.J. Stroud for a little bit. There was a lot of celebrities. I lost count how many celebrities I met, bro. But as far as the game was amazing. First half wasn't as great. I mean, the 49ers defense, they were doing their thing against the Chiefs. They didn't really have anything going. Outside of that one big throw Mahomes had to McCall Hardman, they couldn't really get anything going. Brock Purdy did his thing. I think he beat some of the allegations that were out against him. But he still got some things to prove, though. Like, he didn't finish the job, so. But I do say he's a heck of a lot better than Jimmy G. Hey, man. Chiefs won the Super Bowl back-to-back. People doubted them all season long, and they were underdogs after the Dolphins game, underdogs against the Ravens, underdogs against the Bills, even the 49ers, and they came out on top. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But you're an Eagles fan, so
I
feel like you're talking as if you're a Chiefs fan. You're an Eagles fan. So what's up?
I am
another Eagles fan over here, Jezenia. I'll pass it to you. What were your thoughts on the game? Because I want to hear from a real Eagles fan. It's that after they beat us in the Super Bowl last year, you can't be talking like that.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay.
Going into the second half, especially in the third quarter, I really thought the 49ers were just going to wrap it up and beat the Chiefs, which is what I really wanted. But unfortunately, we saw how it all went down. But going back to what Ish said, I really liked how he touched on that Brock Purdy beat the allegations. People said he didn't really deserve to be there. He wasn't as good as he says he is. For someone who was literally the last NFL draft pick, he did everything he needed to do. And it can't just be him. It's everyone on the team that has to be, and that has to be involved. They lost Dre Greenlaw. I thought that was a big factor, part of the game. Shout out to our Penn Stater, Jair Brown. He was able to catch the interception, which was really cool to watch. But overall, I think it was a great game. It was definitely better than last year because, you know.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
like, it was more momentum going into overtime. Definitely had everyone on their toes. So I thought it was a good game. And the 49ers definitely did show up.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about Purdy. I mean, he did what he needed to do. It was his team that needed to step it up. Purdy, he literally completed 23 for 38 pass attempts for 255 yards. But there were just, like, no game-changing plays that I saw. That's the only thing I could really say about him.
And to piggyback off of you really quick, for next season, I think what will definitely make Brock Purdy untouchable is allowing him to run the ball. We saw in a previous game where he was definitely having more runs of the ball, and he wasn't running the ball at all this game, which I definitely think could have been game-changing for the 49ers.
Yeah, and I'm going to flip the switch back to the Chiefs. They've been dominant. They've won 3 out of the last 5 seasons with the Super Bowl title. Come on, you can't count Mahomes out. He's proven in and out day by day that he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Probably is arguably the best quarterback in the league.
Of all time.
And it just goes to show how good this Chiefs team is, and they're going for a three-peat next year. So,
Mariah, you made that face when she said one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I got to hear this because
Mahomes is just starting out. He's won what, 3? Tom Brady got 7?
No, I'm saying in the league right now. He's the best in the league.
He's far away.
Yeah, he also has a great team. And if Brock Purdy had what he needed, what the Chiefs have, it would have been a different outcome.
I'm going to stop right there. You look at the Niners team. They have Ayuk. They have Deebo Samuel. They have George Kittle. They have Christian McCaffrey. Do you see that Chiefs receiving core?
Fred Warner.
But Kelsey's going to be gone soon. Mahomes going to be gone soon. Who's going to step up for them too?
Mahomes going to be
I'm saying you got to think about it. How many years in ahead do we have to think that the Chiefs have to step it up?
Mahomes is 28.
Speaking of Travis Kelce, I really liked seeing the 49ers defense completely just trap him, completely allow him to not get as many plays as he usually does in previous games, which was really cool to see.
For like a half, and then the second half he started showing up.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but
yeah.
they
He did
still,
slow
you
down.
know, they still.
I think I agree with Jezenia there because I think Justin Watson was really like the best receiver for the Chiefs in that game. Travis Kelce he heated up in the second half. He needed to have like a 40-yard catch or something like that at the end of the game. But Fred Warner had him locked up.
Yes.
I have to agree with
I'll
that.
give him that, but I mean, he had one catch in the first half. He had 7 to 8 for 93. So did he actually lock him up for the rest of the game?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, Fred
All right.
Warner was
So-
also devastated when they lost Dre Greenlaw, which is a huge impact on their defense.
For sure.
Yeah,
Just
and
saying.
at the end of the day, no matter how bad he played, he did probably have one of the plays of the game, which was that long drive at the end to bring the Chiefs closer to the end zone. So
I want to talk about Kyle Shanahan. Like, how do you not know the overtime rules in the postseason?
Well, was it Kyle
They just
Shanahan or
changed
was
it
it?
2 years after, though.
It's
You got to
been-
think about it
It's
that
been
But
2
when it-
years, and I think one of the Chiefs linebackers after the game said they've been preparing for it since training camp. So there's literally no excuse.
Yeah, that was very questionable. If you're going to a Super Bowl, I definitely think you need to get a little educated.
But was it Kyle Shanahan or the players that didn't know the rules?
Both of them.
Everyone should be knowing them.
If the players don't know it, then that's on the coaches, because the coaches have to communicate that.
Okay. I think that's fair, but I want to go back to Purdy because Jezenia, you said that Purdy, he beat the allegations. He's not a game manager. He's a great quarterback in the league. I want to go back to that because, yes, he did have a good performance, but are we saying that he's one of the top 10 best quarterbacks in the league? Is that something that you
I
want
mean,
to stand
out of 10,
on?
he might be like 9 or 10, but I definitely think he's a part of
think
that
so?
list.
Okay, so you're saying that, okay, so usually the argument
Younger
is,
quarterback too, but
of course,
keep going.
usually the argument is that Brock Purdy's receiving core and running backs and Kyle Shanahan, they elevate Brock Purdy instead of Brock Purdy elevating his receiver core and other supporting cast. So would you argue that in the Super Bowl, Brock Purdy elevated his supporting cast, not vice versa? Is that something that you're going to stand on?
Ooh.
Like I did say previously, he did have some good players to, help him out.
Okay.
But just like if there's a bad quarterback and they don't, if there's a good quarterback and they don't have good players, then, they're going to label him as a bad quarterback.
I will say this: Brock Purdy beat the allegations, but that office still runs through CMC. Like you saw, if CMC's not getting, if he's not getting the game going, the whole office can go. I mean, throughout the game, I think his yards per carry was 3.3 yards per carry. That's not going to cut it in a game like that. Yes, he had over 100 scrimmage yards, but he fumbled the ball. And I don't know why Kyle Shanahan stopped giving him the ball like later in the game, and they start passing the ball a bit more. I will still keep running. CMC's your best player. Like, he's the offensive player of the year for a reason. Give him the ball more. Take the pressure off of Brock Purdy a little bit. Let's not make him do everything, because he is still the last pick of the draft for a reason. Yes, he proved that he can play in this league, but he still got some ways to go. So, yeah.
And to go back to you, Andre,
My bad. Okay. go
talking
ahead.
about quarterbacks,
Okay, go back to me.
an example of this is Bryce Young. He was a great quarterback. He is a great quarterback, but
Okay.
he doesn't have people on his team to help him really reach his potential.
Question. All right. No, that's a great take. But question: put Brock Purdy on the Panthers and put Bryce Young on the 49ers. Do you think the 49ers still go to the Super Bowl?
I think they won it.
Yes, 100%.
Bryce Young on the 49ers, they still go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
But Brock Purdy on the
But I think Brock Purdy on the Panthers, he's not elevating the Panthers because he's not a top 10 quarterback. That's just my opinion, though.
and I respect that.
For me, he didn't beat the allegations, but if he did for y'all, I understand it. I just didn't see, like Mariah said earlier, I didn't see any game-changing plays.
Yeah.
I didn't see any game-changing plays that because if you look at Mahomes' performance, you could tell he took over that game. People were like, on Twitter were like, they shouldn't have gotten the ball back to Mahomes in overtime because they knew what Mahomes was going to do. Purdy, I don't think they're scared of Purdy in that way like they are Mahomes.
You heard what Steve said after the game. They were daring him to throw a football. That's what they did. Their main mission was to stop CMC and let Brock Purdy beat us, or try to beat us. That's what he said.
But I can admit, Brock Purdy, he did a good job. Like, I know I'm hating on him a little bit, but he did do a great job. He beat the allegations a little bit. I just don't think he's a top 10 quarterback, and I think the hype for him on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever, it's too much. It's too much.
Give me your top 10 quarterbacks right now.
Oh, okay. On the spot.
On the spot, right now.
Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts,
Mhm.
Joe Burrow,
Mhm.
Justin Herbert,
Okay.
Dak Prescott.
Okay.
You know what? We're going to
Lamar?
finish this later. I can't think of it. We're going to finish this
Yeah,
later.
where's Lamar?
I'll give it to you
like,
next
come
time.
on
I'll give it to you
now.
next time.
MVP?
I'll give it to you
Lamar.
next time. I'll give it to you
MVP?
next time. Okay, we're going to do a whole segment, top 10
Yes, we
quarterbacks.
should.
Yeah.
Should
But
do
this
that.
wraps it up for Culture Central Sports. Thank you for watching, and join us next time for more sports content.